Hey guys, what's going on? So, this video was supposed to be a Tesla video. I said it at the end of my last video that my next video was going to be a Tesla video, and then this happened. So essentially whenever they do an update, so it was supposed to be this video, because I beat a 6576 Treant, but what happened was, they were playing Arboreal Guard and Defoliation. They were playing a lot of wacky things in this deck, so even though it's a maxed out deck, maxed out hero, it wasn't great. Like, it just wasn't a good build. I think on the Summoner talent, he was not even using Curse of the Spirits, he was using Blessing. And I feel like you just always use Curse of the Spirit because it puts your opponent at such a disadvantage that you are not gaining that much of an advantage by giving yourself Blessing. It's better to put your opponent at a disadvantage of less mana, because that in and of itself puts you at a better advantage. But anyway, like, I was supposed to do that, and then what ended up happening was they did an update, and then I started playing Tesla again, somewhere back here. I started, like, after my stream, I started when they did an update, and I wasn't able to play it anymore because there is now a new version. What ended up happening was I tried to recapture that magic, and it just wasn't working out. And then what ended up happening was I started to realize that I was just doing better with Blooming Dash Blade Dancer. During my stream, I happened to get a Gunslinger at level 7. I did my wheel spins, but I also had a Spider, and so I got 2 copies. It's still not enough to get it to an 8 because I need 1 copy, and then once I get it to an 8, I can Star Coin it to a 9. But even at 7, it's still really good. And this is the deck that I've been wanting to play forever. I was going to post the video, or the game that I just did, but then there was another update. So I was like, you know what? I want to make a video on this, so I'm just going to do it live, because if this happens to me again, where I love this gameplay, and then they do just a random patch update again, I will also not be able to show it. So I don't do a lot of videos, quote-unquote, live, but I thought I would do this one live, and show you, like, my thought process and how I do this deck. I was playing Blade Dancer, Blooming Dash Blade Dancer forever, to where Blade Dancer's name is not just Blade Dancer, it's Blooming Dash Blade Dancer, because for the longest time, that was the only way to play to play Blade Dancer. Floral Frenzy was just awful. Floral Frenzy is obviously much better now, but at the time, Floral Frenzy was terrible. And so I was always a Forest Faction main, and I just love Forest Faction just in general. That's why I switched to Spirit Master, because then my next thing was I maxed out Spirit Master, and now I maxed out Treant, and I think this is more fun. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I might change my mind on that, but I really like doing this. It's what I've wanted in the game ever since the Portal Keeper got Santa Talents during the Christmas event. I've been like harping about this for forever, if you follow my channel, and I love being able to manually make to level this guy up. But yeah, this is a base level. Gunslinger. It is the worst that it will ever be, and it does everything that I would want it to do. I am playing the Elegant Parry talent because I don't have Cleanse, and Gunslinger doesn't cleanse, and I want to run Gadget, so that is one of the downsides. But all of the upside that you get from Gunslinger, especially when I get talents, it's really good. One of the main things that you want to try to do is you want to make your Gunslinger a 7, because once it becomes a 7, you can then manually switch and start making other things 7s. Or you can start manually leveling other things up. I love the idea that it can move twice and before having to quote-unquote reload. As opposed to Portal Keeper where you had to wait every single time. Now you just have to wait the one time. There's a lot to think about in this game, or in this build. You're trying to get this to a 7. You're trying to build a board. You know what? I'm going to place... Do I have good spots? I do have good spots. I'm gonna go long range here, and do a knight statue here, and then I'm gonna do a knight statue here. And then everything else I'm basically just gonna eat. I always eat all of my trappers until it gets to, like, late double bosses, I want to say. Another thing that I love about Gunslinger, or just about moving things in general, that you should probably note, if your unit gets hit by a red guy, the Blazing Burns, you can move the unit and it cleanses it. So that's another way that you can quote-unquote cleanse something. Basically, the amount of Blade Dancers that you want are when it becomes blue, when their swords become blue. So right now they're blue, but if I eat too many things, they go back down to being nothing. That means you need at least one more Blade Dancer, and then that's when it's getting maximum, the maximum number. Another thing to note is that when you are going to try to manually upgrade other things other than the Gunslinger, wait till it's off of cooldown before... Oh, that I didn't mean to do that. Wait till it's off of cooldown, or else you'll get caught with your pants down, because you will... It'll upgrade the Gunslinger for no reason. Now that I've said that, it's probably going to happen to me. I'm probably going to do it. I think I'm okay with having... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is. There's so many things to focus on in this deck. Oh, that... No? Did I do it? No. I like that it happened twice to me. There's a part of me that wants to delete this video now. We'll see. Is this video uploaded? Let me know in the comment section down below. Did I decide to upload this video? Let me know in the comment section down below. I kind of feel like playing another game after this, because this was not... It wasn't my best work. See, like, right here, there's a Blazing Burn. You can switch it, and it will cleanse it. Yeah, that wasn't my best work, and I still won. I mean, like, I was probably going to win against this guy. 1334 crit. 6,854 trophies. These are the types of people that I play once I hit 7k trophies. Before 7k trophies, I'm playing against, like, max Zeus decks. And after 7k trophies, I'm playing this. I guess this is going to be a long video. For a different reason than why my videos are normally long. I trust that as I play this more and more... Oh, I didn't need to upgrade both of them. I didn't realize that this other one was going to get upgraded too. As I start playing this more and more, I'm probably going to develop new strategies, and that was always my favorite thing about playing Blooming Dash Blade Dancer, is that nobody else was playing it, and it felt like a secret, like a secret deck that only I knew about, because there was a lot... I'm not saying nobody played it, because I trust that somebody in the comments will be like, I played that deck, but a large quantity of people just didn't play it because everybody was just obsessed with Floral Frenzy because that is the Blade Dancer build. And nobody, like, wanted to learn how to play Blooming Dash. And I always knew that it was just the better deck at the time. And it was prior to Scrapper Talents. Because once Scrapper Talents became a thing, that's when the switch really happened. When even people like me that are, like, hardcore Blooming Dash players... I realized the power of a Scrapper, and I was like, yeah, the deck not being able to use Scrapper is such a hindrance. Because Scrapper just gives you so much. And it allows you to go beyond, like, level 5s. And playing a Blooming Dash deck with Dryads and trying to Dryad your way to 7s was just impossible. And if it wasn't impossible, it was very, very difficult. I'm gonna upgrade this guy. I'm gonna upgrade this guy. Once you upgrade this to 7, if you're smart about it, and if you're quick enough, you can make it to where every single Scrapper hit hits something important. Or most of the time. Once you start getting other level 7s, then it starts to become a little bit more difficult. Okay. I think I want my Knight statue in this spot because all my tiles are like in this corner, and then I'm gonna use that as my ditch tile. Oh, there we go. See, like that. That's how you're supposed to do this. When it's gonna hit the Gunslinger, you can switch it to literally anything else, and then have it upgrade something important. Once you build the board, you're basically done. And then you just Scrapper away. And then once it gets to, like... There we go, Blazing Burn. Get rid of that. Once you get to, like, double, triple bosses, like double bosses, that's when you start building out the other Trapper. There's a big part of me that thinks that they're definitely going to change the functionality of Trapper, like how they changed the functionality of Witch. Because right now you can use Trapper like you used to use a Witch, where you don't need a high-level Trapper in order for it to do the maximum amount of what it does. You just need traps on the field. So like 2 level 1 Trappers will basically work the same as like 2 level 7 trappers, and that's why you don't need them on the field. I think they're gonna probably change that whenever Trapper gets talents, to where like the traps are only based on the merge rank of the Trapper that threw it. And it's gonna force you to leave a Trapper on the field. And the reason why Witch is so bad right now is because you could do what I'm doing with Trapper. Like being able to upgrade all of your important things as opposed to leaving like a Witch on the field. Leaving a Witch on the field now. And then having, you know, random upgrades hit the Witch. As opposed to your important things. Is just a really big detriment. And then if you decide to do what I'm doing, and just merge out witches, and then, you know, during double bosses get a level 1 witch, then all of a sudden it's a bad, because it scales with the merge rank, then you just end up having a bad version of a witch anyway. And that's why a lot of people switch to Crystalmancer as a support card. But like now that they've introduced this, I'm pretty sure people are just going to switch to this. We're double bosses now, so I am going to leave these 2 trappers up there. I didn't make that one. Right now I'm basically just wishing for new scrappers so that I can keep building the tile. And if the cooldown gets to... Oh, yeah. If the cooldown gets... If I don't get a scrapper before the cooldown, I can just combine this one and then drop it down a rank again. You always want that cooldown going. That's awkward. I could have saved that, but I obviously can't because it's not off cooldown. My Gunslinger isn't off cooldown. At the very least, you should be cleansing every single time you ever get Blazing Burn, because you can. So I'm gonna go here, here. Something to note as well, if your Gunslinger is on cooldown, you can still use you save the activation shot for bosses, and so you can still activate, oh, here we go. You can still activate the ghost shot on bosses. And then it's on 10 seconds, where it just keeps ghost shotting. So that's also something to note. If you just if you know you want to activate it on a boss, but you don't want to think about it, and you have like 10 seconds or less than 10 seconds on the clock for when the boss is going to show up, you can cleanse it, or you can just preemptively activate. But yeah, I'm very excited to play this deck again. I'm probably going to play this deck more often than you'd think. This is all I've been waiting for. Like, I stopped playing this deck because it just doesn't work with Dryad. It's so difficult to play this deck with a Dryad and try to get higher than level 5s, and that was fine before Scrapper had talents, but once Scrapper had talents, just getting to like a Blooming Dash or a Blade Dancer to level 5 wasn't enough, because then you were going up against Floral Frenzy decks that were using Scrapper and they were just 7ing their field. Now with Gunslinger, it's obviously much easier to play this deck in general. It's the thing that this deck was missing. The fact that they gave that it's essentially a Portal Keeper, but with all of the support benefits, is crazy. All I really wanted ever was the Portal Keeper Santa talent, which was just a Portal Keeper, which is the exact same thing that it is, but it just had the ability to move anything of lesser value, to where you could like just upgrade the one Portal Keeper and then move anything anytime, so that you could use Scrapper. So, but now that it has everything else that Gunslinger has, once I get Mariachi, so that the crit damage against the target is 20%. Once I get the Lucky Shot, so that you get 20% more mana. Once I get the Ghost Link or the High Charisma, probably the Ghost Link if I was running Blade Dancer, to where it chains all of the shots. It's crazy. It just goes crazy. And it's just going to be so much better. And then like your defense reduction just goes through the roof. The difference between a 7 and a 15 is crazy. So right now, at a level 7, I'm getting 70%, and it goes to that. Like, it's nuts. It's insane. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next video.